What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Val Payne, and I'm back with another video. Man, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, man, like this video, comment, man, share the video, and just let me know what y'all think, man. Everybody's opinion is welcome. You know, ain't gonna be none of that back and forth over here. And today's video, I'm gonna talk about how important it was for the federal government and the prosecution to control the narrative. It was so important for them to control the narrative because if they control the narrative, they control the public outcry. So how do you control the narrative? How did they control the narrative? First, they come up with the docuseries. All right. They just drop a docuseries out of nowhere. Boom. Everybody know certain things gonna play on your emotions when you watch it or whatnot. So they dropped the docuseries. They played on a lot of people emotion because you have a lot of people out here that's been victimized who never got justice for their against their victimizer. So a lot of these people they watching this docuseries now, they didn't replace the people in the docuseries. Now they thinking about themselves. So that was the start of them controlling the narrative. They dropped the docuseries. Boom. The next thing you know, they come out, soliciting people that, who may have been victimized, or if they felt like they was victimized or anything like that. They wanted people to just, anything that y'all felt was wrong, while dealing with this person, come talk to us. So they recruited. So next thing you know, they asked for a sequestered jury. A sequestered jury, which means no one would really know what's going on with these jurors. And then you ask for a sequestered jury. We don't know if these jurors. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second. Let me get these windows up. Sorry about that. Start my car. Waiting on my son to get out of school right now, and just sitting here thinking about what we witnessed, man. They got a sequestered jury. All right, now a sequestered jury. People hear, they got a sequestered jury. Now they putting in people. They pushing the narrative that this man obstructed justice, this, that, and the third, pay people off, this, that, and the third. Now they got that. Now you playing on people's emotions again. Like, this guy is, the guy that y'all going after is, this is a dangerous person or whatever the situation may be. Yet, there was still no proof of these allegations they was making, but the allegations that they made allowed them to be able to, allow them to be able to sequester the jury, with no proof of, what they were saying. So you could sequester the jury. That's another, now you control the jurors. Now the jurors thinking we got to be sequestered. Like, who are we dealing with? Who is the person we dealing with? Why we got to be private? Why we got to be protected? Why is all of this, for us, you say this type of trial? You get what I'm saying? So next thing you know, they go on campaigns, they go on news outlets doing interviews. Everybody on these interviews crying. And I'll tell you this, even if you didn't watch Surviving R. Kelly, if you watch these interviews of these accusers, man, it's just like watching Surviving R. Kelly. Because they sitting on these interviews, they crying, they doing all this, they got the all that the depressing ass music in the background. So you're not listening to what these people are saying. You looking at what these people are doing. So you putting your personal feeling into what you are watching instead of listening to what the people are actually saying. Um, so we fast forward from that part, then we get to the trial start. No media coverage, and they said no media allowed inside of the courtroom. So now, when you say no media allowed inside of the courtroom, hmm, but you get reports from the courtroom, but only reports coming out is the prosecution side of what's going on in the courtroom. So if the prosecution only reporting the media only reporting what the prosecution is presenting. They didn't report not one time over the 5 weeks. They didn't report not one time none of the cross examination, none of the inconsistencies. They didn't report none of that. They only reported one side and one side only. They only reported what the prosecution was giving them to report. So therefore, there we go again, them controlling the narrative. Because people, if they would have made this trial public, you know what I'm saying, like public to where, people could listen in, you know what I'm saying, even if it wasn't televised, just so people could even listen in and hear what the prosecution is presenting, hear when the defense do their cross-examination, hear the conversations going on for themselves. Therefore, people would understand, and people would understand why some would wonder like what really went on. Because before the judge stopped allowing people to purchase transcripts, people was getting these transcripts and they was coming and bringing them on YouTube, and they was breaking these transcripts down, and people were starting to hear the inconsistencies in the stories. They were starting to see what people were admitting that they lied during cross-examination. But when the prosecution got a hold that people on YouTube was breaking the transcripts down, they say, you know what, we gotta stop selling transcripts, because people on YouTube are out here breaking these transcripts down, and people are starting to see there's something not right. They wanted to make sure that they controlled the narrative. They wanted to make sure that what they wanted to get out got out, and they wanted to make sure that only what they wanted to get out got out. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I stand firm when I say I believe that anyone commit a crime should be held accountable for that. But also I understand that anyone that commit a crime should be entitled to a fair trial. Fair and impartial. Fair and impartial. Like I say, the federal government control the narrative throughout this whole case. Everything they did was to control the narrative. They knew if they controlled the narrative, they could get people to go along with what they wanted to do. They knew if they controlled the narrative, they knew they could get people to go along with what they wanted to do. They knew people wasn't going to question certain things if they hadn't been paying attention. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's over with. A verdict was reached. He was found guilty. But you have to be crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling people, like, yeah, I was hopeful, but at the same time I was realistic, because I knew what I had watched. I knew I had watched these people like control everything from day one. It was never anything, never throughout this whole entire 2.5 years was ever in R. Kelly's favor. Nothing that came out was in his favor. Everything that came, every new accusation came out only made it worse and worse and worse, and people started to, you know what I'm saying, feel differently about the whole entire situation, because they were only hearing what the prosecution side put out. And the prosecution, look, I take my hat. Y'all pulled off some amazing shit. Y'all control the narrative from can to can't. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: the people who celebrate, hold what you got till you get what you need. Like this video, comment, let me know what y'all think about the narrative. Do y'all think, by the prosecution controlling the narrative, did it play a big part in what we saw? If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, man, because I'm just gonna try to bring more content like this, and this is just open content. I'm being optimistic about a lot of different things, but at the same time, I want y'all to understand I do live in a realistic world, so it's okay for me to be hopeful, but I do understand that what I see is what I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. So y'all have a blessed day, man. Stay militant, stay vigilant, and most importantly, man, stay dangerous, man. Watch out for these people out here, bro. And make sure you check everything. Check everything. Check everything. Don't leave no stone unturned when it comes to who you deal with. And I'm out.